Supporters of the draft constitution came out early Friday to demonstrate their support outside a mosque near the presidential palace that has long been a center of Islamist activism. For decades, the focus was on opposing Egyptian secular autocratic leaders. Now, these people support the government, led by longtime Muslim Brotherhood activist President Mohamed Morsi, and they support the constitution drafted by an Islamist-dominated assembly. Half the country will vote Saturday and the other half Sunday. And even though the Constitution will have a major impact on Egypt for decades to come, these supporters don't mind if it's approved by a narrow margin, and they reject opposition concerns about human rights and the position of women if the draft is adopted.
So we're going to say yes for the new law. We're going to vote with all the Egyptian people, more than 80%. We like Mohamed Morsi. We want Mohamed Morsi. We love Mohamed Morsi. Mohamed Morsi, our president. Okay, that's why we're here now.
I see that women have the rights in the Constitution because it talks a lot about equality. And whatever happens, women will have the rights. Women will not be persecuted.
A few kilometers away at the barricaded presidential palace, an anti-constitution protest was planned for later in the day. People who came out early expressed their concerns.
For our constitution, there should be no 50% plus one. It should be at least 75% or 90%, because it's Egypt's constitution. We shouldn't be separated into two parts.
They thought that maybe the majority that had the people inside the People's Assembly or something, they had the right to actually write the constitution for the rest of the 90 million Egyptians, and they are not our representatives, and they are not even representatives of our Islam.
For many, it's difficult to see how the two sides can be reconciled. In London, King's College senior lecturer Ashraf Mishrif, himself an Egyptian, agrees that a constitution should have a broad consensus behind it. But he says too much of the onus for compromise is being put on President Morsi and the Islamists.
It's not only the president and the government that should actually make compromise, but the other parts should be also willing to come to the negotiating table. They have to put their views clearly and in a fair way.
Neither side seems interested in compromise at this point. The opposition feels railroaded into a constitution that's being voted on only 2 weeks after it was hastily finished, and the Islamists clearly think they have enough support to get it passed anyway. Pessin, VOA News, Cairo.